good. We good. We good.
Yeah, we live
Yes, sir.
on all of the social platforms
You know it.
while I work at the same time
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
because it was an unfortunate school shooting
crazy.
that happened in a small town in Texas.
Crazy. Right outside of they said San Antonio, right?
Yeah. Something like Uville or something like that. Outside of San Antonio. What they say 14 dead and one injured.
14 students and then a teacher killed. And I don't know how many injured at this point. They keep updating the numbers, but at this point, with 14 children
That's wild.
at an elementary school, broad daylight, dog. I need more details. I want to know about this shooter. Um, bro, you got to give. I need to hear the explanation on this shit, fam. Like,
And this is after
I'm sorry.
this is on the heels of the Buffalo joint too.
Yeah, which was crazy as well. But we already know what the motive was behind that one. That was just a hate crime.
Well,
Right
some dude on Twitter, some journalist on Twitter tried to say that it was over a toothache.
What?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Bullshit. But whatever. I don't even.
I'm about to say you think I'm lying.
Yeah, I know. I believe you, but I don't want to hear that shit. That's not some shit I want to hear, bro. You're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me to think otherwise than it was a hate crime.
My man went
10 black
on.
people were killed.
My man went on a Twitter thread. A journalist went on a Twitter thread to try to say
My man's had a toothache.
that my man's had a toothache, and because of certain things after that toothache, he decided to kill black people. So basically, you seen the movie with I forgot the name of it with Michael Douglas.
Which Michael Douglas movie?
The joint where he snap out. What's the name of that movie? Let me go type it in. And the gunman was 18 years old. So you can take that whatever you want to take that.
Yeah, but you're not gonna
Falling
give
Down.
me Falling. No, I haven't seen that one.
Falling Down is a movie with Michael Douglas where he just tweaks.
Okay.
He tweaks. He shot his grandmother, before going to the school.
Who?
So we gonna find out.
The suspect in this new shit, the one we just talked about right now?
That's the message that I just got.
Bro, how old is it? Is this like a young man, old man? What?
I don't know. Hold
we
on.
don't have
for a
that
second.
details yet. We don't have those details.
Hello.
Yet? Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody tweeting. But yeah. Gunman, 18 years old, and shot his grandmother before going back.
So gunman was 18 years old. This is an 18-year-old.
Yep.
We got that part. Okay, bro. I need more than that, but what the fuck? What you killed your own grandma, bro?
That's just wild.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I just wild times right now, bro.
So we'll see what happens. But Some Dude Pod.
Yeah, I already know.
129. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download wherever you get your favorite podcast. Go ahead and get that merch. Some Dude Pod store. Click the link in the bio. You get all of that information. Again, this is Some Dude 129. Speaking of arrested, Mike, the mayor of Maywood, was arrested.
Yeah, nothing. Because I know what you're doing right now. I know what you're doing.
What I'm doing?
You try to justify your past episode being called Maywood is Ghetto.
I'm not justifying anything. Google said.
I don't care what Google said.
Google
you named one of our episodes is Maywood Ghetto.
Because that's for SEO purposes. For SEO purposes. Because if you search Maywood is Ghetto, that's what pop up. So for SEO purposes. But Nathaniel Booker, 37, faces a misdemeanor count of driving under the influence of alcohol and was cited for obstructing drivers on an highway, according to Chicago police. Officers found him asleep and blocking the traffic in the middle outbound lane around 1:30 on a Friday near Halsted Street. So he was asleep on the expressway. He posted him. He posted a message on his Facebook account, quoting the Bible and the passage they read. In part, the Lord will turn your mistakes into a miracle. You won't erase it. He'll work through it. One piece of your life does not define you. And see, I wanted to bring that up because he's right. Like, one issue does not define Maywood. Mm-hmm. And that needs to be said. So Google needs to take back that whole is Maywood ghetto thing. Because one thing that happened in Maywood, or a couple of things, does not define Maywood, Mike.
True that.
It does not.
But when you posted it in the group, you brought up Google again.
Yeah, because Google is not me, it's Google.
Shut the fuck
hey,
up.
DG, man, share the link to the YouTube group.
Hey, man.
Hey, DG, share the link to the Some Dude Pod group. Let them know we live.
Hey, shout out to Nathan.
Great episode.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say, let me say this, bro. Look,
be a great episode. Go ahead.
Shout out, look, Nathaniel, you're forgiven. People make mistakes, bro. Mm-hmm. Glad nobody was injured, nobody was hurt. All of that, you know, learn from your mistakes. Expressway. You learn from your mistakes, and we're gonna move forward. For the record,
did he stop?
I don't know. Let me hold on. For the record,
put it in park?
For the record, bang, he represents Maywood, but he ain't from Maywood.
Did he stop?
And I ain't and maybe hold on, I finished. And I didn't vote for him. So all right, go ahead.
You didn't vote, period.
I did vote. I voted.
In the Maywood election.
Yes, nigga. Yes. I literally stay down the street from Garfield School, bro. I can literally walk and vote. I vote, nigga. I vote.
Who you vote for?
That don't matter. The person I voted for didn't win, so it don't matter.
So you ain't gonna tell us who you voted for?
It don't matter, man.
Somebody you went to school with?
It doesn't matter.
Did you write in to vote for you?
No, I didn't. I'm not Kanye. I didn't do that.
Oh, man, some dude. Did you just put some dude?
I didn't. Next time,
vote for some dude.
The next presidential election, if I don't feel any of our candidates are worthy, I'm gonna write in some dude.
I'm voting for some dude. That would be dope. If some dude got 5 write-ins and they was on the news and they had to put that shit. Like some dude, 1%.
Some dude, 1%.
Because 5%, 5 votes is like 1% in Maywood. So
yeah.
Just saying. I'm sorry. But nah, man, no, send our love and support to Mayor Booker.
Facts.
You know, don't be going to sleep on the E-Way, fam. What the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
Like, did he put it in park and just was like, let me?
I have no idea, fam. That was some shit that didn't Tiger Woods do something like that? Something similar to that? Nah, Tiger Woods was off the pain pills or something, bro, and they found him on the side of the road.
That's when he had the accident and almost lost his leg, Mike.
No, nigga, no.
I know what you're about.
Tiger Woods got arrested because he was under the influence, but he wasn't driving.
So he Tiger Woods now.
I didn't say Tiger Woods. I just said that was a similar move. If he sleep in his car under the influence, Tiger Woods did that.
He's not a billionaire athlete, Mike.
I'm not comparing him to a billionaire athlete.
He's a public figure. He's a politician. He's supposed to represent Maywood proudly.
Players fuck up, bro.
Yeah, man.
Don't look at me. I didn't vote for the man. And on top of that, he's not from Maywood.
That's fucked up, Mike. I just wanted to let you know that's very fucked up. Kendrick Lamar, man. He dropped.
Yeah.
You know, the man has come home.
In the big steppers.
I remember. Do you remember the first time you fucked a white bitch, Mike?
I don't think hold on, bang. Give me a second. I've never fucked a white girl. Damn.
You can't relate to Kendrick Lamar.
I can't relate. I'm sorry. White girl is not on my resume.
That's messed up, man.
Unfortunate situation.
Gee, when I heard that part of the song, I was taken aback. So.
Yeah, we know, man. We know.
This is where we're going. Big stepper. I did mess up though. I played it in the car with the family.
That song? Why that song was playing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it happens, bro. I mean, it is what it is, fam.
And then Miriam looked at me like, fam. And I could let it play. First time I fucked a white bitch. I was in the Palisades. Or Webby said. I know when the first time I did. I won't talk about it.
Yeah.
The wife listens to the pod. On this one, I won't. Just know that Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Ooh, I'll never think about it the same. It's very expected, very unexpected.
Yeah.
Second time I did it was Naiwa, I think. Yeah. I won't go into detail though, because on the way to the surprise party, the wife plugged in her phone and it was the pod going. I was like, "Is you listening to the pod?" She's like, "Yeah, I listen to your podcast from time to time." I was like, "Oh, okay.
Awkward."
Great. Yeah. But yeah, man. So real quick before we get into the nuts and bolts of the podcast, we got a couple of like quick things to go over. And this one is that Kendrick Lamar. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers released last Friday. Or Fridays ago.
Number one album in the country.
Of course. It's going to be the number one album in the country. Hey, man, what you think about it?
A week into the album being released.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that when it comes to, I think it depends on how you listen to music. Everybody listens to music. Everybody intakes music a certain way.
Yeah.
So with this album specifically, I'm still digesting it overall though. Like and then it's a double album, not 18 songs, 18 records. No, we're not a fan of like, songs of that albums of that nature, so to speak. But I think with this album we get an exception because it's technically a double album, so we can listen to it, listen to 9, and then listen to another 9 later, and then you could like.
This double album was like a regular album.
You could kind of say that, but
I thought it was gonna be like 23, 25 songs.
Please don't do that.
30 songs is some shit.
Nah, but
you lazy, Kendrick.
Nah, but with this one though, I'm still dissecting it and still enjoying it. Overall though, I think it's a good, nice, solid body of work.
That means you don't like it.
No. I like the album. I like it. I'm gonna say this about the album. Let me say this. I already know my favorite records. I have my favorite songs already.
What's that?
N95. Die Hard.
N95. I love that.
I love Die Hard is my favorite song. Die Hard is in my top 5 Kendrick songs. I might listen to Die Hard every day for the rest of my life. That's one of my favorite Kendrick Lamar songs. Personal reasons. That's a personal preference song. I ain't saying it's the best song on the album. I ain't saying that's his best record, but Die Hard, I will listen to that song every day for the rest of my life. At least one time out of the day, that song will get played. Rich Spirit.
Don't like Worldwide Steppers, man?
I like. Is that which one is the Worldwide? Is that on part 1? I like the Pharrell joint. The Pharrell joint is on the second one. It's on the second one. That's
first time I fucked the white bitch.
Yeah, that one. Okay, yeah, that one.
Worldwide Steppers.
Okay, so I like the Pharrell record, and I like Savior with Baby King.
Okay,
those are my standouts. Those are the standout records. Standouts, and the Summer Walker Ghostface joint. Those are my favorites for now. But overall, though, the album's good, though. The album is exactly what I expected the album to be. It sounds, like a Kendrick Lamar album. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that in a bad way at all.
Yeah.
So I came out and I said I was expecting Kendrick to rap, and he's rapping. We're going to leave it at that for now. I'm still dissecting this album. I don't know where to rank it at yet.
I can rank it. I'm ranking it for me.
Where are you ranking it at?
It's my favorite Kendrick album.
Favorite Kendrick. Oh, so this beats out To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah, I made that determination yesterday. Here's why. As much as I like that album, I don't like King Kunta.
And I love King Kunta.
I hate King Kunta.
Okay, but I understand.
But for the most part, no, I love this album. I think it's my favorite because it almost brings everything full circle.
Yeah.
When it comes to family and all of that stuff. I'm gonna say this right now: Kendrick does not have to release another album.
He touched on every subject matter you could possibly think of when it came to this. Very vulnerable with certain subjects. You know, some shit that we might not have expected him to rap about.
I had to listen to Auntie Diaries twice.
Auntie Diaries. Look, and I told Jay Morg this too. I was like, I love the song. You know, I think that could honestly be one of his most vulnerable records.
It is that shit. That and Mother Sober.
And Mother Sober, yes.
I agree with that. Vulnerable. Too. I said Mother Sober is the most vulnerable rap song that I ever heard in my life. Because to rap about being molested is whoa. You know, that's something you don't hear nobody sing about that. You don't really hear nobody rap about that, especially somebody as popular as Kendrick Lamar. He broke that shit down. Yeah, it's my favorite Kendrick Lamar album. Because niggas try to be vulnerable and try to make it sound good. And he did that. And then like the criticism I gave Damn is why I love this album. I felt like Damn was just a literary work. Like you could read that and be like, oh, this is dope. But musically, I didn't feel it like that. This was the opposite. As far as the music goes. It's just a damn good album. I'm not gonna, bore people with it's a classic talk. I'm not gonna do that shit 2 weeks in, but I believe that this is an album that will hold up. And I'm gonna say this again: Kendrick does not have to release another album. You know how R&B artists, especially when they hit that Zenith album, start just taking a little bit more creative control and doing other shit.
Hey, DG, we don't use that word, bro.
Yeah, sonically. Well, no. No. Here's where I was. That's whoever mixed that album did a damn good job. Sonically, it is great. I was listening to it on my way to the parents' house, and I heard some shit in the car that I didn't hear in my headphones. I literally thought the police was after me.
And that's what they used to. That's what they say the Beats by Dre headphones is supposed to do. Make you hear the shit that you're not supposed to. The shit that you wouldn't hear listening to it like just raw.
I didn't hear that in those.
In a car or some shit like that.
But no, I was in the car and I was like, I kept turning it down. Like, yo, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck?
Nah, you right.
No, that's the album. They mixed the shit out of that.
The first time I listened to that, the day after it released, I had walked. I had took a walk or whatever. Like I've been walking lately. I get up in the morning and I walk about 5 miles. And I had these on. And I literally, that's what I was like, yo, you can hear here. Man. Like you definitely can hear that shit.
I was nervous in the car listening to that album. But no, I just think it's an overall dope album. It's a lot to speak on, how vulnerable he was, using that term. This is his 444, but just goes a little bit deeper. And again, Kendrick Lamar does not have to release another album. Anything he do now is for fun. To me, anything that Kendrick Lamar does now is for fun. He has reached that level where the things he do is just, all right, I want to try some things out. But what scares me is that hip hop does not allow you that. Mm-hmm. Rap does not allow you to experiment and really just do things for the love of. Everything is just about, you got to prove you're the greatest and all these things. And then plus people getting on social media and 3 minutes after the shit came out, it's a classic or it's not a classic. That's why I was glad that we didn't do the pod last week, because I got to let it breathe and I got to listen to this album a bit more before I were able to say something about it. Yeah. And after, like 2 weeks or whatever, that is to me my favorite album from him. And now for my ranking, it now goes Mr. Morale. It goes To Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City, Section 80, ... Damn. That's how I don't like Damn. I do not like Damn. I am sorry. I do not like Damn. I think this is what he wanted to do with Damn. But yeah, I think it's a great album. Just give it time to breathe and all of that stuff. I think I think he, being a radio person, I think that he gave us some songs that we could probably hear on the radio. They're going with the song with Kendrick first. I mean, not Kendrick, excuse me, Kodak Black. They're going with that song, Kodak Black. Count Me In is another song that I think that could be a single. And the song with Ghostface and Summer Walker, except remove Ghostface verse because it'll make it a shorter song for radio. Those are the 3 songs that I think that he can play on radio, even though he really don't care. And TDE really don't care about the radio. Man, let me rephrase that, because last week was a real long conversation about radio. It's not on the forefront. It's nothing like Kendrick Lamar does not need to be amplified or broken. So, he did very well without it. But I do think he has some songs that you could play on the radio. He definitely got all of the streamable joints. So yeah, I really love that album.
Yeah, and to go back and talk about like the vulnerable records, you said with Auntie Diaries,
Mother Sober, Daddy Mother Sober.
The thing with this album, with those songs, well, you could say in 95, I mean, he released a video for it. So if you want to consider that a single, you could say that. And that song is being used on TNT, for the NBA, Western Conference, Eastern Conference Final. They gonna use that record.
And so if Interscope gonna do anything, they gonna make sure your song play during the playoffs.
So that's a good look. So if you want to consider that a single, that's cool. It makes sense.
I think Ab-Soul is the only person on TDE that has not had their song play on like during the playoffs. I think he is the only one. Because
Ab-Soul ain't like that. That's
like Schoolboy Q had his. J Rock had Win.
J Rock gonna have the championship anthem for the rest of his life.
He has the new championship anthem. And then you got Kendrick Lamar again. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna get that NBA money. You know what I'm saying? That they gonna get that sports bag. So shouts out to them. But
let me say what I was going to say. With those 2 records, those are good songs. But the thing is, I'm gonna say this. I told Jay Morg this too when I was having a conversation with him about the album. Those 2 songs, when I'm listening to this album, I promise you, I probably never listen to those songs again. I won't listen to them again. But they're good records though. But I'm not those. I can't. It's just an uncomfortable feeling of.
You don't want
to those records.
I don't want to listen to that shit.
I don't want to listen to them no more. But they're very great records, though. Very great songs, and I applaud Kendrick for getting that vulnerable and
Monty was a man.
Unveiling that information to us through the music, and it's all good. And I have the utmost respect for him, and I love those records. But I won't listen to those 2 songs ever again.
Getting a little bit too raw for me. All right, but yeah, definitely let us know how you feel about that Kendrick Lamar album. In the Some Dude Pod group, I think some people talked about it. Some people, was like, nah, fuck that shit. I get it though. No, Kendrick, I'm not going to be sitting here talking about you got to be smart. It just might be some stuff that you're not into. And that's cool. I saw in the group that Malika Andrews got a white man.
I mean,
you okay?
Where's the shocker here? I'm not shocked. Malika Andrews is fine. We would love to see. I want to see her with no man. But she went
Dave McMenamin. See, she's dating.
But that don't shock me. But it don't shock me though.
Reportedly, she's dating Dave McMenamin, who's an NBA insider on ESPN. And I ain't gonna front. It's not necessarily about the white man she dating. It's just Dave McMenamin look like a lame, fam. Is JJ look? I know this sounds weird. Is JJ Redick married? She just seems like she needs to be around a cooler white guy.
Yeah, you would think that might be.
Dave McMenamin doesn't strike me as a cool dude. He strikes me as uptight.
If she was with like somebody like a Travis Kelce type white dude, what I'm saying? I would get it.
And from NBA circles, JJ Redick is somebody. You know what? Malika, go see what's up with dude.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, Dave McMenamin, you better off dating Brian Windhorst.
Nah, but
even when he be talking about LeBron, he be sounding lame as hell when he be doing I talked to LeBron and LeBron said that his pinky toe was hurting, but that didn't stop him from playing the game. But he did say he was not fucking with Kendrick Perkins tonight. He even report the news lame to me. Right. So I was like, come on, Malika. I know it's got to be a better white guy. I mean, her sister's dating a white dude, so I wasn't surprised by that. It's like Dave. I know he happy though. It's like, look, guys,
he getting his taste of the enchanted world. You know what I'm saying? The world that he.
But Malika and her sister bad, man. I mess with them heavy. You know, it's just Dave McMenamin. I hope they're just friends.
Let's hope for it, baby. They just
put them in the friend zone. Put them in the friend zone. J. Cole has signed a contract to play basketball in Canada. I wonder if
album rollout.
Yeah, I wonder if it's a special edition of his album's about to be released.
Album rollout. I take another J. Cole album right now. Why not?
Do you think this is an upgrade in talent going from Africa to Canada?
I'm not familiar with the overseas. Nah, you know what? Probably not, bro.
I've random ass Canada league.
Look, bro. I've betted on FanDuel on overseas basketball, and I've seen you can watch this shit, bro.
Mike, why?
Check this out, bro. No, look. No, hold on, buddy. Don't knock it before you try it, buddy. You could get some.
I would never try it.
You could get some quick flips, but you got to.
Let me go bet on this. Chinese basketball league.
You can't bet on them beforehand. You got to bet on it live. You got to do like a live bet. So they let you watch they let you stream some of it. Why, when you go on there and you go to overseas basketball, you can watch them live while they're playing, and you could bet on it live. But let me get to the point, bro. I've won plenty of money. I can show you the.
I sat here watching Real Madrid. What?
I could show you. Paul
Gasol was on.
Listen to me, nigga. Listen to me. I could show you the bet slips. I didn't hit a stain on that shit before. Me and my brother, we didn't hit stains. But let me get to my point. Is that I was gonna say I don't know much about overseas and other countries when they play basketball, but I had to retract. I've seen these niggas play. Watching some of these mocks play, bro. It's some of the most horrible basketball I've ever seen in my life. And when I watch it, I understand why these niggas play overseas, because they suck. So
what leagues are you watching?
So it's different leagues. I don't even know the name of the leagues, nigga. I don't know. Euro League, Chinese League. They got the women over there too. Women overseas.
Euro League cold, fam.
Huh?
Euro League is cold.
Some of them good, some of them not good. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, but to the point, bro, they're not that good at playing basketball. So I would assume that whatever league J. Cole is playing in and the one he played in prior are similar to those, that the guys aren't that good. And probably me and you could walk on the team if we got in shape. You know what I'm saying?
Not in the Euro League.
Okay, I don't think it's
not in the Euro League.
Is J. Cole going in the Euro League?
No, he's in Canada.
Man. Exactly. So was he in the Euro League prior to that?
Australia. Oh, he was in NBA Africa.
Yeah, see, that's not the same. But you can bet on those guys, though. They got the motherfuckers on Facebook.
And let's move on before somebody called
Gambling Anonymous. Check this out. The only way you could call betting anonymous on me, bro, is if I put the house up, fam, on a bet. I would never do such a thing.
Like that. I kind of feel like that's next, Mike.
FanDuel is recreational purposes only, my nigga.
Yeah, all right. Your man Tim Anderson was about to fight Josh Donaldson of the Josh Donaldson, blah, blah, blah. Excuse me, of the Yankees, man, for calling him Jackie.
Yeah.
It was a nice, spirited debate on First Take with former Cub and Philly Doug Glanville and Stephen A. Smith. Josh Danielson was suspended for one game and fined an undisclosed amount of bread. We're both White Sox fans, but Mike, you probably bigger than me. What's your thoughts?
Buddy shouldn't have said that shit. Now, I know why he said it. I know why he called himself saying that shit. And I think he was trying to get in Tim Anderson's head prior to him saying that shit. Tim Anderson said, like, Buddy been like, you know what I'm saying, poking at me and shit like that. So you could, retract back to a prior interview that Tim Anderson had, and he said that he compared himself to Jackie Robinson. To modern day, he said he calls himself the modern day Jackie Robinson.
So, but not in the way that people would think.
Exactly.
About Jackie Robinson. It's just about bringing a new era into the game.
Yeah. So, Buddy probably just like Buddy probably like saw that shit and was like, yeah, bro, what the fuck you on? You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. We playing against them. I'm gonna get my chance. I'm gonna poke at him for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And then he thought that shit was sweet when he said it. And Timmy didn't even respond to him like that, bro. He just told him, like, look, bro, don't do that shit.
Right.
And then, when he came up the bat, Yasmani checked his ass. Like, yo, bro, watch your mouth when you talking to my teammate. Shout out to Yasmani Grandal for holding down his, you know what I'm saying, his teammate. And then that's how the shit pretty much. And Tim Anderson saw the moment to be like, all right, fuck it, Joe. My man's on his ass, so let's go get him then. Right. So pretty much that's just what that was. But yeah, Joe. I mean, at the end of the day, fam, you saying that shit, it's gonna cause controversy, bro. You know what I'm saying? You rubbed him the wrong way when you said that shit. You know, whether you was, regarding it to an interview you did, bro. At the end of the day, the world we living in, fam. You know that shit. You wasn't supposed to say that shit, bro.
I think there's racism and implied racism, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much what that was, fam.
And what I mean by implied racism is the listener implies that that's racism.
Yeah.
Because of history and shit.
Because of history around Jackie Robinson, bro.
And the history around Josh Donaldson. Like Josh Donaldson said that he's played like that around Tim Anderson. And it was something I was listening to the debate a little bit that I caught. And here's what I'm disappointed at. And I see DG put it in the chat, and this is where I disagree. I disagree strongly with Stephen A. Smith and DG on this.
What was his take on it? I didn't get
Stephen A's take on it. He said that, Josh Donaldson said that he's joked like that and used the Jackie thing before the Tim Anderson. Let me be very, very clear, talking about Stephen A. Smith. When you are in a situation where you are the minority, especially in baseball, where you are the minority, some things you're probably going to let pass. I don't agree with letting things pass, but when you are one of the few off both teams and you don't want to make a ruckus, if he ain't saying nigga or anything close to that, you might just let it slide. Because it's like, yeah, all right, nigga, just keep on.
Mm-hmm.
Keep on.
And that's what Tim did.
And that's what Tim Anderson said. I let it slide the first time, and I see on First Take, they acting like that he didn't say that. That's why this is why I don't like debate shows like that. This is why I didn't model this show as a debate show. Because sometimes you have producers or whatever that don't give you all of the language, all of the text, all of the content. When Tim Anderson said that the day that it happened, I said what you said. Yeah, he probably dusted that shit off. And also, being somebody who's been in a situation where he's the minority of the minority, and somebody say something a little too off color, you can't prove that it's racism because he didn't use the N-word.
Mm-hmm.
You just be like, you know what? Yeah,
DG. Cool. Tim did an interview and he literally said, like, yo, he said it to me in a prior inning and I let it slide. I ain't say shit to him.
But not this time.
And then he said it again. And then, that's when they had words on the field. And then, it didn't escalate anymore after that.
And then it happened again.
And then when the Yankees came up to bat and Josh Donaldson came up to bat, Yasmani checked him. Like, yo, chill the fuck out. And then that's when everybody stormed the field. And then Tim was on Buddy ass after that.
And here's why I know, and here's why I'm not even gonna argue that shit. I'm reading an article from ESPN about it, right? So Josh Donaldson acknowledged that calling him that was a reference. And here's the thing about that. Oh, that's the ESPN audio that's playing. My bad. Now, here's the thing about that, right? Josh Donaldson saying that, him especially as a white dude too, probably don't even realize he playing too much.
Yeah.
But after a while, you're playing too much, gonna get your ass beat. And somebody's gonna say something. So he probably didn't mean any disrespect, but that's where that implied racism comes from the person that's hearing it. Because I'm implying that this dude is basically on some bullshit right now. But I'm going to take it to the Yankees. The Yankees. Aaron Judge, who I believe is a mixed man, said this. Donaldson made a mistake. You know what, joke or not, I just don't think it's the right thing to do there, especially given the history, especially the series in Chicago, kind of a little bit beef between JD and Anderson. And Anderson is one of the best shortstops in the game and a big part of MLB and what's going on here and how we could grow the game. Now, about the one-game suspension, for that one-game suspension, I don't know. JD made a mistake and owned up to it, and now we got to move on. Did Aaron Judge say no? No. He should not have been suspended. No. He said that the man made a mistake. So Aaron Judge is one of the few black men in a Yankees uniform who's the star. He's telling you that his third baseman made a mistake. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if he should have been suspended. But at this point, I don't give a fuck. Why am I going to argue about this dude taking a suspension? Because whether I believe it or not, he said some shit to a black man he had no business saying. So whatever you want to do to him, you want to do to him.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to argue about should he be suspended or not because he disrespected a black man. Whatever happens, happens.
Especially since it was only one game. We definitely not arguing.
It's just one game. Don't take a break, fam. Now, if you tell me he was fined 5 game checks, I might be like, that's a little bit too harsh. Because they said undisclosed. Yeah. But the fact that the leader, the best player on the Yankees, who's black and white, I believe, went in public and said, you know what, joke or not, I just don't think it's the right thing to do here. Shut the fuck up. And low key, that's what Aaron Judge is basically telling everybody. He messed up. He shouldn't have said that shit. He was wrong. Let's move on though. Because he know that could also carry in locker rooms and other places too. Josh Donaldson has a history of being the dick in every locker room he been in.
And go ahead. That interview's 2 years ago. 2-3 years ago when he said that shit. So he been sitting on that moment, that opportunity to pull up on Tim Anderson and make a joke about him saying he's the modern day Jackie Robinson. He was waiting on that moment.
2019. Why are we joking about an article from 2019 in 2022?
So that shit must have really rubbed him the wrong way.
Or just joking around. They talking about gamesmanship. Fail. Gamesmanship will get your ass beat.
Yeah.
Because I saw Jay Williams saying that shit too. And I ain't gonna front. Even though they probably know each other, when they doing this little basketball thing where they playing one-on-one, when Bart Scott said that, with Jay Will, we got to sweep the leg, I ain't gonna front. I ain't like that shit. What the fuck you mean got to sweep the leg, Joe? Don't joke about my shit. I don't care how much we know each other. You don't know me like that. Don't joke on my shit, because the minute I fall on my shit, I'm going to beat your ass. But Jay Williams talking about his accident, and what if somebody at ESPN be like, yo, bet you won't ride on motorcycles no more? And he brush it off. Just say Jacoby. Let's say Jacoby, out of all the people, Jacoby, he got a black wife. So I'm still going to use him because he's one of my favorite people on ESPN. He's white. Say that Jacoby walk up to him and be like, yo, bet you won't ride no motorcycles no more, Jack. He brushes it off. 3 months later, yeah, man, I bet you won't ride no motorcycle no more, Jack.
You're provoking.
You're provoking it. You're poking the bear. We ain't that cool, fam. Yeah. You don't come over my unless they start showing pictures of my man like at the crib with him, getting drinks at the bar, on holes together. If it's something like that, kicking it with the family. Fam, you don't know me like that, fam. Don't call me that. And I don't give a shit if it was Jackie, John, Jacob, Jingleheimer, Schmidt. Don't play with me like that. So I'm not like Tony La Russa, White Sox manager, flat out was like, buddy ass, right? That was a racist comment. And I won't go that far. I won't go that far. It's just we have to learn. Can't play too much, fam, because you don't know, especially you don't know how buddy feeling that day. Somebody probably said some racist shit to him.
First of all, bro, you gonna call me Jack? What? I watched that whole game. We were fucking losing at that time. We were trying to make a comeback because we were losing. Don't fuck with me while we losing, bro. Y'all winning the game, and then you being racist too.
Then you fucking with me.
You being funny racist, your ass. Bro. Don't play with me right now, fam.
I'm gonna beat your ass, but that to me, Aaron Judge saying what he said.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge saying what he said was enough for me. And again, Donaldson has a history with the White Sox.
Yeah.
Like he has a history. So you have to take that into account as well. Again, I don't know about suspension, but I'm not going to argue that he was wronged here.
I ain't got no problem with him taking.
I ain't got no problem with taking a damn game break. Go take that break. It's the money that I'm more worried about. Yeah. Fuck the suspension. And even with most suspensions, I'm more worried about the money than it is the actual suspension.
Was he fined? Did they say he was fined?
He was fined an undisclosed amount of money.
Okay.
And normally when you find at least, and when you find at least a game check. So undisclosed means to me that they probably either fined him more or fined him less, and they want nobody to know about it. Mm-hmm. They take this 1 game suspension, but we're gonna find you a G. Because we ain't really got nothing like that in the bylaws. I bet. Or since he did appeal so that he could play until they hit an appeal, maybe they fined him a little bit more than that. And he was like, oh no, fuck that. You motherfuckers just took 2 game checks from me. Mm-hmm. And I understand him appealing. But that to me is when the highest profile minority on the team with the guy who did the dumb shit said that was some dumb shit. That's when everybody shut the fuck up. Because that's his leader. That's Josh Donaldson's leader. Mm-hmm. That's his leader. Yeah. His leader said that his player made a bad mistake. Read that quote again. Joke or not, I just don't think it's the right thing to do here. And white people, y'all got to understand there's some things you just don't joke about. It's just don't joke about.
It's still clear that white people are unsure of certain things to say and what not to say to us or around us. So now, if you're unsure, shut the fuck up.
Don't say it, G.
It's like, still clear to this day, bro, that they don't know.
Since he's from Chicago, what if Josh Donaldson was like, yeah, about to go back to that shithole in Chicago. Stop the violence.
No, bro. Don't do that.
And that's what killed. I didn't say the N-word. I didn't say nigger. I could have said nigger and gotten to worse shit. Bruh, stop. Because ain't no way no Venezuelan cat gonna come to the mound and you gonna call him the nickname of some Venezuelan shit. Yeah. You white. They're gonna look at you crazy. Yeah. Ain't no Mexican gonna come up to bat or come past third base and your ass gonna say, look, you must be 63rd. Ain't no Mexican gonna come up to third base.
Hey, if a white dude said that, I'll laugh like a motherfucker.
I'll laugh, but the third time, like I said, the Jackie shit. All right, man, whatever. You said it one more time. You said it too much. Time,
bro. The first time, I'ma laugh. The second time, you get fucked up.
All right.
I'll let you get that one over.
Yeah. I'll let you get the first 2 off. Like a Mexican will come up to bat. And homie say in the 2019 article, he felt like baseball Cesar Chavez. Go get your history books and look him up. Josh Donaldson, he comes up to third base. Like, look at you, modern day Cesar Chavez. All right. First time. Second time. Like, that's something you ain't even got to say 3 times, G. Yeah. Like, that's the other thing. You got to say that 2-3 times. Every time I see you, I'm Jackie.
You trying to get my attention at this point, bro.
You trying to get my attention at that point. So nah, fuck that. I had dropped something in the group where Kandi Burruss and Lil Jon says that Escape can beat Destiny's Child in the verses.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Kandi has wrote some of Destiny's Child's biggest hits. So is she wrong?
That's cap. That's fucking cap, bro. Yo, did they lose the SWV, bro? I watched some of that verses, but I think they lost.
I don't know. I think Billboard had them winning.
Interesting.
I think.
I didn't. Yeah. Okay, so I saw the little clip, and she pretty much was just like, yeah, we'll win. Respect the GOATs or respect the OGs or whatever. No, fam. No. Kandi wrote 2 Destiny's Child songs. Not even their biggest records. She wrote 2 of them. Bills, 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 and Bugaboo. Come on, bro. Those light. I'm light Destiny's Child records. Those light. And they look, let me say this. Escape's bag ain't big enough. In a versus, in Kandi, you can't in a versus against Destiny's Child, it's Escape versus Destiny's Child. This ain't kind of, you can't pull that shit like you pulled in the SWV versus when y'all was playing No Scrubs. They probably played those 2 records in that versus too. You can't pull that one off here. You ain't gonna be able to do it.
Now, Destiny's Child has 4 albums and a Christmas album.
They got 5 albums, including a Christmas album.
Yeah. Escape has 3. They have 3. Now, what Mike is talking about, as far as Kandi, and company on, I think it was Writings on the Wall, right?
Yeah, those albums are on Writings. Those 2 songs.
She wrote So Good, Bills, 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 Bugaboo, Hey Ladies, She Can't Love You. So those are the songs that she wrote off of Writings on the Wall. Okay. 2 of those were singles. Yeah. So I get it. And as far as anything else, she's not on anything else. So unless she's going to tell us that she ghost wrote some of those songs, because you start to see Beyonce getting heavy writing credits.
Yeah.
On the second album. And all of it, and LaToya Luckett as well. Like, you start seeing a lot of songwriting credits. Unless that happens, then that's when you go, hell no. Now, she's wrong.
Way wrong.
Kandi's way wrong because of the rules of verses, where groups can play solo shit too. She ain't got shit.
None of them have anything solo wise, bro.
Beyonce can literally play the Lemonade album and beat Escape because of the rules of verses, where you can play anything that's connected to the group.
Now, obviously, yes, that's a rule. I wouldn't be. They don't have to do that though. Beyonce and Kelly. Yeah. Go ahead.
You're right. They don't.
And let me say, and I'll say this. I would say that I would literally think that if we know this is a Destiny's Child versus Escape versus, if they were happen to do such a thing, that Destiny's Child know that we can't play our solo shit because we'll burn their asses. Kelly alone. Kelly got records. Kelly got records. They'll burn them.
What happens with Escape when they play the joint with Nelly? You play Am I Dreaming with Keith Sweat?
It's fucking over.
No,
this is that's all the way cap, Joe. Like, Escape got out of their 3 albums, they don't even have 20. Escape don't even have 20. They don't have 20 records.
Yeah, I applaud her confidence.
Yo, they would literally have to go into their B-sides to try to just keep up with them, bro.
Look,
are they crazy?
That's stuff for the rules of verses. Where if you look, Bone Busy played a solo song in their verses. Jadakiss played solo shit in their verses. Cameron and Dipset played. It's whatever is in the group. Ain't nothing Escape got.
As far as we've seen with what we've seen with group shit, the group verses, they've done their own solo records. Yeah. So like with Ron Isley played his solo shit too. Yeah. When it was Isley versus Earth, Wind and Fire, they saying the same shit.
So yeah, like, and nobody is going to play some solo legs and hips and body. What song? I mean, I know that's in the play, but what song of that is losing from Destiny's Child to that joint? There's nothing. And they could literally play the two songs, like you said. You could play the two biggest hits from Destiny's Child, written by Kandi and Tiny, and they still gonna lose.
I mean, Kandi, at the end of the day, if you try to play the reverse role and say, "Oh, I wrote those," you ain't doing nothing but making Destiny's Child look better. That's bad. It's bad for you.
Yeah, it's bad for you. Why Escape didn't make that?
Why exactly? It's bad for you right now.
Why didn't Escape make bills? So yeah, it's ugly. So because of the rules of verses determines that what Kandi Burruss is saying is a lie, but without it, they can't defeat. Destiny's Child. And I'm not even a person that's going to be a card carrying, bumping fan club member of Destiny's Child. And I'm definitely not that of Escape. But I love Candy's confidence. I love that Kandi believed that she could beat Destiny's Child in a versus battle because it's never going to be seen. Beyonce is never going to get up on those stage with Kelly and Michelle and say, "Hey, we're doing the verses against any girl group, period."
Hey, now check
that's
this out.
Not gonna happen.
Now Kelly and Michelle could, hold the fort down for them. They can do it.
Ain't doing that shit. Kelly ain't doing that shit either, because Beyonce gonna tell her, "Nah, that ain't what we do."
All right, that's cool.
That ain't what we do, fam. That's not what we do. We don't do that here. And I'm telling you, just the rules dictate that Kandi is wrong. Now, if you want to start putting rules and parameters, they might got a chance.
I don't even think they got a chance.
I'm just saying, I said rules and parameters. I didn't say what they were.
I don't see any rules or parameters that can even allow Escape to be close in a versus. Even if you put rules in it, Escape's still getting washed. If the rules are, hey guys, y'all can't do no solo records.
What if they say you can only play the songs off of your first two albums?
They still losing. Escape still losing.
Trying to help y'all out, Kandi. Tasha.
But why would that be a rule when they got 4 albums? They got actually.
That's the only way they're gonna be. That's the only way they got a chance, Mike.
Hey, that's the only way they got a chance is if you do 2 albums versus 2 albums. That's the only way.
That's the only chance.
And that's the only.
If Big and Pac if they did a memorial versus for Big and Pac, right? But you can only play the double album, Me Against the World, and All Eyes on Me, because Big only has 2 albums.
I think Pac's gonna win. If a versus with Pac and Biggie, Pac wins off longevity alone. Even though
no. Hear what I just said.
Yeah.
You can only put the double albums against each other.
Okay.
And All Eyes on Me versus Me Against the World.
No. You mean All Eyes on Me versus no. All Eyes on Me versus Life After Death and Ready to Die versus Me Against the World.
It don't matter what you do. You can only use those 2 albums: Ready to Die, Life After Death, Me Against the World, All Eyes on Me. That's
Biggie win.
Because Big only has 2 albums.
But if you do, but if you only use those 2 albums, Biggie wins.
That's why I said rules and parameters.
Okay, I got you.
When you set rules and parameters, you kind of try to make it even.
Yeah, but I think even in a Escape versus Destiny's Child scenario, Destiny's Child still wins. Okay. Now it might be a little closer than if you add the other 2 albums. Might be a little closer, but I don't think it's still a chance. That's why they went up against SWV in the first place. No disrespect. You know, but there's really nobody they can match up with group wise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn,
So them versus SWV made sense.
Damn, Mike.
But shout out to Escape. I love Escape. I love some of their records. It's all good. And Candy, I get it. Y'all are your OGs of the girl groups, all that shit like that. That's all good. But nah.
TLC versus Escape might be a better battle.
TLC wins. In a wash.
Who can Escape beat?
SWV, that's it. And I don't even know if they won that. I have to go back and revisit, bro. Because I don't even think they won that shit. Who could they be? Who could they be? I don't know who they can beat, bro. They can't beat nobody. They can't beat Escape, can't beat nobody in the
really just shutting it down. Like, no
I gotta
matter
shut
what.
I gotta shut that shit all the way down, bro. It's no chance in hell that they can fuck with TLC in the verses or Destiny's Child in the verses.
Damn, Mike.
That's cap, bro. That's cap. Shout out to Candy though. She fine. It's all good though.
All right, man. Let's talk about 40.
Total. All right, they might could be total. DG said total. They might could be total.
Yeah, they could be total.
They might could be total.
Imagine if Total said they could beat Destiny's Child in the
Forget about it, bro. Forget about it.
All right, man. Let's talk about 40, fam.
Yeah.
I turned 40 last Saturday.
Okay.
This past Saturday.
Okay.
40 years on this earth.
That's what's up, man. That's an accomplishment, man. Round of applause, bro. Round of applause. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't supposed to make it past 25. Jokes on you.
Never would have made it without you. Would have lost it all. Now I see. Miriam probably like, oh Lord.
Hey, bang. What's crazy is that before we even get into the recap of 40. Yeah. Of the Bang's 40th birthday.
Yeah,
last week on the pod, what's crazy is that last week on the not last week, 2 weeks ago on the pod, when you was giving your closing remarks about what you wanted for your birthday and you wanted to be around, like, you know what I'm saying, just being around love and all that shit like that. I literally I knew about the birthday celebration.
You knew then.
Oh yeah, Miriam sent me that shit a month or so ago. So I've been there. I knew. I told Miriam, I was like, yeah, I let him know about the party or the pod. She was like, you better the fuck not. I was like, no, fuck
y'all ain't shit.
But I've been new, bro. I've been new. She immediately sent it to me, and I was like, yeah, we're in there. And then
thank you, Miriam.
My wife was supposed to come too, but she had to work. But yeah, Miriam sent it to me, and I knew when last week you was giving your closing remarks.
I can vouch. Fuck you.
No, look. So this is the story. So you were giving your closing remarks, and DG, you know what I'm saying, who's been rocking with us on Twitch, while we record. So when you were talking, I messaged him on Messenger, and I said, he don't even know. Like, everything he asking for right now, he's literally gonna get because his wife throwing him a surprise party. So the whole time I literally knew. So I was excited, to see your reaction for the surprise party and everything like that. Which I kind of knew something was up.
Yeah, because she was like, she was like, yo, we going out to dinner at 7:15 with the kids, and I was like, huh? Don't make no sense at all.
I understand you claim you have, some children who's, a little bit, on the bad with the behavior and things like that. But y'all don't go to dinner together? Y'all have never went together?
We have not went as a family with the kids, plural. Yeah. We've went with Trey, but not with the three.
Okay.
That would
Well, that would have been like a first. Like,
that would have been a first, but I wasn't gonna try that at all, Mike.
Well, before we even get to the birthday celebration, talk about the recap. How was your 40th birthday, Bang? How did you celebrate? And did
That's what I'm about to talk about.
Everything you wished for?
That's what I'm about to talk about. I have to do the lead up.
Yeah.
Because I can't talk about what happened for 40 without talking about the celebration that led up to it. Mm-hmm. Specifically, Cam quotes. Cam celebrated his 41st birthday. So we all went to We met him up at Papa Do's, Mike. And we were eating and drinking and everything, having a good time. And shouts out to his lady. She asked if I wanted a gummy.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mike, I've taken gummies before. Gummies ain't nothing. This is light work. However, Mike,
well, you can't film them.
Yes, I'm adding video now, so you guys can understand. This shit, Mike, had me in a level that I've never been before in my life.
Yes, sir.
Mike.
Yes, sir.
I was high.
Play that shit.
And wait a minute. And each time I laughed, I got higher.
All right, let me ask you this before you continue on this. So you were able to, while you were high, were you like enjoying the high, or was it taking over your body?
No, it took over my body.
All right, before you even get to that, I want to tell a quick story about a gummy that I had.
Go ahead while I'm adding.
While you load up those videos. While you load up those videos. Shout out to Lil Rock. And shout out to the his cousin Fish. They both listen to the pod. Mike Webb, he listens to the pod, and my homie Fish, his cousin, he listens to the pod as well.
Yeah.
I think we were doing something. This was last year, matter of fact, around the NBA Finals, I believe. And we were at his crib, I think celebrating his birthday or his girl's birthday. I forgot which one it was, but his girl, she does the edibles and she does the gummies. She got the gummies. And she asked me, she's like, Mike, you want a gummy? I said, hell yeah. I said, run me that shit. So I took that motherfucker, bro. And I was in, let me tell you something, bang. It took about an hour, but I was in outer, I was in outer space, nigga. I was on another planet. Literally. Like I was there. I was on Venus. Then I went to Jupiter. And I went to fucking what other planet?
Uranus, Neptune,
all of them. I was there. And then I literally like passed out like 5 to 6 times. And my wife, she drove us home. But I was on another planet. That was a high I've never felt before in my life. Now I would assume this is something that you endured. Now you could go ahead and proceed with the story.
Yeah, Big Boy Bang, he like, yo, these gummies ain't shit.
You took one, right?
Took one.
Yeah.
And so my wife and I have a running joke because of how I dress. And I don't like suits or nothing like. I don't really rock suits, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I saw a suit that I said that I rock.
If y'all ever seen this picture that his wife posted of him in a suit, you can see Bang's face on this picture. Shit is hilarious, nigga. But he looks dapper in the suit, though.
Yeah, but I'm cool on that.
That nigga, you can see it in his face that he did not want to have that shit on. Go ahead.
I didn't want to have it on. So somebody else walked past, and Miriam was like, "Yo, you wear that suit?" And I laughed, and that's when the high started happening. It was an African group at Papa Do's, and they were singing, and my ass is high as hell. I'm like, man, they either black or they African, because a lot of stuff I remember, that's how clear it was too. I was like, man, they probably black or they African, but I think they African because they harmony cold as hell. It's like, did y'all see that in the Moonwalker? In the Moonwalker, the African dudes was harmonizing cold as hell. That's how they sound over there. And I just started laughing. And the more I started laughing, the higher I became. And I am outside. I am trying to control it. I'm in the car. I see some things that I had no business seeing or noticing and stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm basically on my Kojak shit high. And then I get to the house and I figure out that my wife is recording me. So here's video number 1.
You know you ain't
What the fuck?
Glad I ain't shit on myself.
I'm glad you ain't fell down the stairs, my nigga. That's what I'm worried about right now.
Hey, send that to me though.
What the fuck?
Have the wherewithal to say, hey, send me that video.
That's hilarious.
I have the wherewithal to say, send me that video because I know what I'm gonna use it for.
Yeah.
So, Mike, it continues.
Yeah.
I'm still high, still fucked up. Hilarity ensues.
It's messy.
I can only see you.
Oh, come on. You see me, you see clothes on the bed now.
Nope.
Come on.
My man's fried.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Oh, listen how fried I am.
Bring in 40.
Oh, the motherfucking G. What the fuck, man? Oh, man, I'm fucking fried.
You fried?
I'm fried, G.
Like chicken?
Man, 6 piece.
6 pieces.
Fried. Salt, pepper, mild sauce, hot sauce. Yo, man.
It's slowly kicked in, huh?
This shit, man.
It's a slow rush.
Oh, no.
Where the kids at?
Kids is at my parents' crib.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah, as you see,
Like
I'm.
Whitney at the Grammys.
Gee, I'm so
Yeah, I was fucked up.
fried. What was that, man?
I'm calling for my cousin. I'm calling for my cousin Otis because I'm fried.
Yeah.
And I don't know who to talk to. Oh, but it's now over.
There's a party going on across the street.
I'm gonna explain that in a
You hear the
second.
music?
Ain't no music playing.
I'm gonna explain that in a second.
Oh, man. Come on, man. Mary.
I ain't reporting you no more.
Oh, okay, man.
What she lying?
Why you got the phone? Oh. Hey, man, what's good, man? Hey. No, man. Come on, start recording me, man. I ain't even drunk. It's not. I wasn't even drinking, fam. Come on, beer.
This is classic footage, y'all.
The goddamn animal, man.
Mike, I ain't never been that fried in my life.
Hey, when Bang posted on IG, he posted on IG in his story. He was like, "Yo, I'm fried," you know. And then I had to put the two and two together, and I'm like, "Oh, he went to Papa Do's." So the first thing I had in my mind, I was like, "Oh, this nigga must have drunk like 2 or 3 Swamp Things." So if you ever had a Swamp Thing from Papa Do's, it's one of the like strong margarita joints, but this ain't no punk ass margarita. That motherfucker that shit has smacked the fuck out of you because I had 2 of them before. Matter of fact, I had 1 and then I drunk my one my wife had, and that shit put me under.
Yeah.
So I thought that Bang drunk some of those, but then I had to think like, well, Bang say he a drinker, so I don't think a margarita or 2 would put him down like that. But then I was like, I don't know. He was at Papa Do's, so but I know the motherfuckers is strong. But come to find out, this nigga hit me back like, nigga, I'm high, bro.
I'm high.
Oh my god, that is.
I've never been that high in my life, Mike. And I've smoked. I've drank. I've never been that.
Mm-hmm.
That was new.
Only thing you need to do now is do cocaine, bro. You'll have sealed the
I ain't
deal.
doing that. I ain't doing that, G.
Oh man.
No. Bang and never do that. All right. So now that's on Saturday. On Sunday, I'm recovering. On Monday,
how's the recovery after that though? How do you feel the next day?
Man, I feel drained, fam.
Yeah.
I was drained. I was tired. It was wild. It took me like a whole day to get off of that high.
I ain't saying I'm doing cocaine, DG. I'm just saying, like, to complete the whole, whatever kind of high you try to feel. If you felt all of it before, you know what I'm saying, you might as well just do a little sniff of cocaine.
No, I'm not doing that ever. No, I don't want to do that. So we get on the plane. I get on the plane for Tuesday, go to Atlanta for work. Our meetings out there. Weso and Justin, shouts out to Weso and Justin. They already ready to make things lit. We were not invited. I'm gonna say this on the pod. This is the work stuff that I am going to put on the pod. A record label had an event, and I'm only doing it because Karen Lee. Shouts out to Karen Lee. You know what label you work on? She works on. You know where the event was going on. They had a label event. We were told that we were not invited to that event, but we were cool. We were going to do our thing anyway.
Okay.
We had dinner at the hotel. We got drunk at the hotel. We started drinking before we got to the hotel. John Legend's gonna have a cold ass album, by the way. But we did all of that before the hotel, and then we went into the hotel and had dinner at the hotel. Shouts out to my man Raw, who slid up there too. And we were drunk at the hotel. Then we went to this spot called Views, and we were lit there. One of my coworkers tells the DJ that it's my birthday week and I'm from Chicago. And all during this set, Chicago make some noise. Shout out to my man Bank. He right over there. He from Chicago. Everybody from Chicago started coming over there. Oh man, that's what's up. What side you from? I'm from the west side, Chicago Avenue and Lambie. Oh man, that's cool, man. I'm from the low end. I'm from the east side. I'm from Elgin. You ain't from Chicago.
Chill out, bro. He can say he from Chicago.
No, he can't now. He's from Elgin. You're from Elgin.
Funny as hell.
It's this dude next to us. Oh man, y'all lit over here. I pick up his shirt. He start dancing and shit. We're lit. They getting this shit on the stories and shit. Normally, when I'm doing this, I am not picking up a phone and showing anything that's going on in my life at that time. I live in the moment. But this week, I was like, I'm gonna do what the kids do. I did a couple of joints. They did a couple of joints. Some of the PDs the next day, like, yo, y'all had more fun than us. But I threw up, Mike, at the hotel room. I dry heaved. I didn't even throw up. Nothing came out. I was like, fam, this does not happen to me.
It happens to the best of you.
All I had was tequila. I don't throw up. What the fuck? So now I feel bad because I'm about to turn 40 and I'm throwing up. I'm dry heaving. Nothing's even coming out.
Hey, fam,
so I'm pissed at myself.
Okay.
I'm pissed at myself for that to happen. Now, the next day was a good day. The next day, they gave out awards. They gave out awards for the OEs and the PDs. Shouts out to my girl Kiara, who won an award. And she won Online Editor of the Year. So I got to give her flowers. She won Online Editor of the Year. And somebody else won an award. Hold on.
Creativity first, you do your creative person, and then we'll do ours.
All right, so we did ours a little bit different. We did a leadership award and an online editor of the year award. So without further ado, Sam, you can take it away.
We'll do all right, well, let's do the online editor of the year.
Skip that.
This person, leadership, the other company, the other, I tell you, put it in, and you guys are just like, that's really.
And the company has.
Oh, there we go. There we go. This is me.
Award of the year for the
branding the show with the radio station and the community.
So next, let's go to the leadership award of the year for the online editor side. And this individual has been with us for quite some time and has held many different roles within the company, has excelled at every single one of them. So J.R. Bang, why don't you come on down and get the award?
Now, Bang don't expect shit. Ever.
Let's go, Midwest. All right.
So Bang don't expect shit. He never expects shit. So getting an award from my team was dope. And everything during my birthday weekend too, and I got a gift card. So I'm gonna use that gift card for something around the house because I'm 40. Now, that night, we go to Rocksteady in Atlanta. Shouts out to my man Jacob Thomas, Kristen. Jacob owns the joint with a couple other people. I had said to Weeso that I want to slide up there to see what it was like. And Jacob and them used to do joints at the Shrine. Joe Russo used to own the Shrine. So I've done business with them with hosting shows and stuff. So I was like, it's a good chance to see the homies. And also, you know, I want to check out that joint. Mike, when I say that was some of the best food I ever tasted in my life, fam, I grabbed the jerk wing and, you know, the sauce get on your hand. I was like, ooh, shit hit.
Mm-hmm.
The sauce was amazing. The wings was amazing. I had some Haitian chicken. That was amazing. My girl Nia had a fish, and it was an actual fish with the eyes and everything.
Yeah.
I had some shit called pioche. I think I'm saying it wrong. I'm probably not saying it right. Fire. Everything about the food was fire. Jacob slides up. We shake up. He say, yo, I got a spot for you upstairs. We go upstairs to the joint. It's Haitian flag night. When I say the shit was lit, I don't know 90% of the songs that were played.
Okay.
I just know I was drunk and I was having a good time with my people.
Okay.
And I didn't throw up that night,
Good
even
job.
though I had a lot of liquor. So I didn't throw up that night either. I think it's because I was drinking Neho instead of drinking Blanco. I was drinking Neho and Reposado. And with some of the tequila that I was drinking, I don't know what was up in there. So this time, I was drinking what I was drinking, and I was good. Ran into a homie I ain't seen since the 4th grade. It was lit. Great birthday week. The next day, get on the worst plane ride that I ever got on in my life. I thought I wasn't going to make it. We into bad weather and turbulence. Motherfucker Shane, that plane is doing this shit. I was scared than the motherfucker, Mike. And get my bag till like an hour later. I got home at about like 2. Plane landed at 10. So it was rough out there.
Yeah.
And then Friday, had to work, did some freelance stuff. And then the next day was the surprise party, which happened later on that night. Again, I kind of knew something was going on. And then she telling me to put like a blindfold on. So, of course, I know something is about to happen. And then I hear my uncle as I'm going around the corner. I hear my uncle go, "Oh, man, y'all shut your ass up now." I said, "Oh, that's Pee-wee." She's like, "Oh, hell." Walk in, surprise.
Nah, but what's crazy is that because we were still trying to figure out like what was the ETA. So a lot of people were still in there, and we was like, yo, what time are they actually coming? So I had sent Miriam a message on Messenger, and I'm like, hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? Because people was asking at this point, because, you know, everybody was saying different times. So I kind of figured it was going to be, I was like, man, Bang probably going to know. This shit don't seem like,
something I already knew
I don't know.
And I wanted to give my speech before I got drunk.
Yeah.
Because I knew I was going to get a little bit.
Hey, don't trip, DG. Hey, I got the footage. DG told me, he said, man, make sure you catch that nigga in his softest moment, bro. And
that was my softest moment. I got it. I'm sure Mike gonna play it.
I'm finna play. I gotta play this shit real quick. Let me see. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, DG. I called him. We called Bang. He was being real soft as hell, but you know, it was all good though. It was love, you know.
And Bang don't normally get like that.
He don't.
So
damn, DG gonna kill me. I don't know if I still got. I know I got it. I said I was gonna save it. But yeah, Bang, but keep going, Bang.
I'll tell you what I said. You know, I thank Mike, you know, for rocking me with the pod. I had thanked my parents, of course. Thanked all the homies that was there.
Oh, I got it, DG. I got it. Hold on. Here we go. I got some of it.
All of us to be together. Like, I didn't want any, like go to dinner and all of that shit, because I know that shit can be awkward when you try to split bills and shit and all of that.
True.
Hold on. I got some more.
You know, I could add the video here. Just send me the video.
40th birthday party. I just wanted to be around love at this point, but I never thought about 40 until I got to 39. But thinking about getting to this point, there's been times where I know there's been a lot going on with me, and Chris, you kept me alive.
Video. Yeah, I got clips of it, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I told my cousin, which is true. Like, you don't know what people going through at a certain time. So your homies in some way they keep you alive. So no, real shit. My cousin Chris, his brother Mario, they kept me alive. My cousin Otis, Vincent, they kept me alive, because there were certain times in my life, not saying I want to end it all, but I ain't know my place. You know what I'm saying? It was just like they kept me from going to even thinking about where I could go. You know what I'm saying? And I've always looked up to my father and my uncle, and their parties, especially their 40th party, was always lit. So it was very important for Trey to be there, because I wanted him to experience what I experienced at my father's birthday. You know, and of course, my mother, my sister and brothers being there. Some of the homies, I know Miriam invited a lot of people. Some people couldn't come. Others she didn't know to invite. So if you did not get an invite, Miriam didn't know. And, you know, our bad. I didn't know that this was going to happen. You know, because some people's like, damn, I didn't get an invite. Like, nigga, you know, my wife did the invites.
I'm about to say, look, and I was invited, and I'm not gonna invite somebody else for a surprise party.
What you could have. If they knew me, you could have.
I'm just saying. I didn't know how. I didn't know because Miriam, and she said limited space. So, you know, I get that. I wouldn't impose like that.
I get that. But yeah, it's the truth, man. You realize, especially, well, at least me, I realized that, like, and that's true. I didn't think about 40 until I got to 39. Like, that was never in my thought process. I never had dreams of being this age. Like, I've had dreams of being certain ages and doing certain things. I never dreamt about being 40. So, like, but then you realize as you get to 40, for me, a lot of people helped me throughout the way, both personally and professionally. And a lot of people really saved my life. Like, once you get to a certain age and you know what you've been through and you know what you dealt with, somebody saved your life and they don't know it. Like, that's probably the most honest statement I ever say on this pod. You've probably saved somebody's life and don't even know it. And I know for me, there's been a couple of people who saved my life and they didn't know it. And some of them was there. And I wanted to acknowledge that, especially since some of those people are the closest people and the people that's in my inner circle. Yeah. And I think that I have to do a better job at giving flowers. I have to do a better job at receiving flowers. So that was my way of working myself in that. But yeah, like, I realized that even this pod has saved me a couple of times. Mm-hmm. Like, I know I get to get out my thoughts and my feelings in a way that I can't at work. Yeah. And sometimes I feel stifled at work and not being able to do what I used to do before I was working there. Mm-hmm. But being able to do this podcast enables me to get out those creative juices, mm-hmm. and to say what I want to say, how I want to say, when I want to say it, because it's my platform. Yep. You know, so like, even I love my career, and I think in these last these last 12 years, I think I've carved out a very good career and a niche for myself. Mm-hmm. But even in the beginning, I didn't really take it all in, and I think that's one of my biggest regrets. I didn't take a lot of stuff in because I just viewed it as work. Mm-hmm. Because I learned from my father, work. So when a lot of y'all saw me at WindyCityUnderground.com, y'all was, no, it's work. It's work. And I didn't enjoy the moment like I should have. Because I fought to get somewhere else. Mm-hmm. And even the stuff that I dealt with in the building, it's like, you know, like I saw Tink at the summit. Mm-hmm. And I mean, she didn't remember like right offhand. It's just like mm-hmm. you know, but I was like, yo, JR Bang, WindyCityUnderground.com, and the first thing she said was day one. Mm-hmm. Because I think I gave her a first interview, if not the second. Yeah. Shanika interviewed her so many times. Like, we supported her when radio wasn't gravitating to it yet. Mm-hmm. You know, but I didn't feel that in the moment. It was just like, it was work. Yeah. I gotta get this work off. And then, you know, you moving to St. Louis one year and DC and then dealing with what I dealt with in DC. And wow, that was probably the most mentally trying time in my life. Especially not being around family. Like, being so far away and not being around family is tough. Mm-hmm. And that's putting it lightly. especially when things are not going the way that you want it to go, even though you're trying. And it was very unhealthy.
Yeah.
I started, dealing with anxiety. I never got it diagnosed, but I know I dealt with some depression. And a number of other things. One of my former co-workers, Janine, and another one, Tanisha, they saw me coming out of my office and I was dripping in sweat, and they could tell I was out of it. They thought I was about to have a heart attack. And they told me I had to leave and get out and get to the hospital or something. And shouts out to Bob. Bob know who he is. He did the same thing for me too. And Bob had pulled me to the side and was like, yo, you got to focus on your health. And even though I was trying to do that, it was still things going on while I was there that was really just putting me in a terrible position. But I worked through it. And if I didn't work through it, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I wouldn't have got that award. I probably even wouldn't be with the company. So even though I went through a lot of stuff and wish I didn't go through a lot of that stuff, a lot of that from people really helped me become the leader that I guess I am right now. But the one thing that I know I would have dealt with things a bit better is if I had people around me. And then later on, I got my man Emil, and he helped me out a lot. And then I ended up moving. And mainly, because we had the third kid and shit, excuse me. But like you start looking at things from a wider perspective, or at least I have. So, dealing with, this stage of my career that I'm in right now, even before even getting in radio, basically best way of putting it is looking at things in sections, right? I can remember as far as 4 to 10 was lit and we ain't have it all. I remember lights being off, gas being off, marks being broke, still had the time of my life. 11 to 19, teenage stress, failing a number of classes, being failed on purpose by a teacher, playing football, being kicked off the team because of grades, losing a home, living with my cousins in Maywood, the family being split a bit, transferring the Prosser to Proviso East, and being like, what the fuck? Even though I knew I was going to know some people up in there. Trying to figure shit out. 20 to 29. Really starting to become comfortable in who I am. Having friends. Fighting friends. Former friends. Being a hoe for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? After, really being comfortable in my skin, and now really just an all-out assault on twat is the best way of putting it. And then 30 to 39, finding but even before 30, finding somebody that I care for a lot and actually settling down for the first time ever. And then the 30s, finding Miriam, getting married, 3 kids, moving 3 times, technically 4 times, and now being 40. Shouts out to Sean Knight. He had told me, now that you're 40, everything that you do from 40 to 49, is going to set you up for the rest of your life. So your tolerance is going to be low for a lot of bullshit. I was like, yo, you should have saw me in Atlanta, because my tolerance for some of the things that I heard was low.
Yeah.
But he was like, you get it. And hearing that from somebody that's an OG really put things in its proper perspective. I got to start doing things for me. I got to start doing things for my family. I got to start being a little bit selfish. I am not selfish at all. I don't even buy shit for myself, really, according to the wife. So I really got to start being selfish for me, but I got to start putting myself in position for the rest of my life. You're 40 now. You ain't 30. You ain't 20. You 40. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, man.
So it put things like this from Saturday to Sunday. It really put a perspective on where I want to be. I don't want to be where I'm at in 2 years. I don't. I feel like I have the talent to do so much more. And I'm not saying that I'm not allowed to use that talent, but it's a lot of stuff that goes on that in the beginning made me go, man, whatever. And it stopped me from doing other things. I can't do that no more. I don't have the luxury of doing that no more. And I want to make sure my shorties grow up in a way that they ain't got to want for nothing. I want to practice nepotism when I grow up, when I get older. I want to be able to put my sons on, and put my people on too. And I think I had that opportunity. But the biggest thing that came out of Saturday was Trey. Because as I said, one of my biggest moments was kicking it with my father and my uncle for their 40th. I remember that party. And to see Trey on that dance floor, fam. He hit the white boy gif.
Y'all had to be there.
Oh, he hit the shit. Y'all had to be there.
Y'all had to be there. Y'all had to be there.
But to see, because Trey told me one day that he can't wait to be able to kick it with me when he grow up. Well, that's your start. And he held his own. Hell, the only person who probably didn't hold their own for a while was Landon.
Yeah.
Because even Liam was on the floor just...
Look, check this out, bro. Trey held it down on the dance floor. Danced to everything, bro. After Bang's speech, after his soft speech, I said, DJ, cut that Beanie Siegel on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Had to switch the move, boy. He was hitting that rock the mic and all of that. I was like, all right. Landon is the first kid I ever seen fall asleep. Was sleeping while he was standing up. My man's was napping. So your brother had him, he was holding him, and you know what I'm saying, he had set him down, like trying to stand him up to wake him up. My man's Landon was still had his eyes closed, and he was sleeping, standing up. And Liam was at the bar, well, not the bar, but
he was trying to grab the microphone, though.
He was trying to grab the mic. Liam was at the over there where the beers was. He was trying to get him a beverage. You know what I'm saying? And I tried to offer Trey some beer. I was like, yo, you cool. I was like, you want a beer? He thought about it too. He was like, he had to look at Bang like, you know, can I have it? Well, Miriam like, nah, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I was fucking with him and anything like that. But you know what I'm saying? Trey was the light of the party, man. He wanted to be, he would have engaged in any and everything, bro. So yeah, you know, I'm happy you was able to see that and you know, Trey cool with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trey cool with me.
So
he party with me anytime.
So yeah, just to put things in its proper perspective, man. I thank you. And
and your mom. Shout out to moms.
Yeah.
Moms was hitting it on the dance floor. Oh, y'all asses, stop playing, fam. Yes.
And that moms. And again, that wasn't even everybody it could have been. But to put things in its proper perspective, man. Like I thank you. Of course, I thank my wife for giving me that. It beat 6. I always talk about how age 6 was my best birthday party. It now beats that. It defeats that. So that's one. 2, I mean, again, thank my wife because she didn't have to do and spend none of that. She could have been like, yo, you had your birthday party in Atlanta, fam. We just gonna go ahead and get you a cake and say happy birthday for your 40th, G. And I thank y'all. But more importantly, man, again, I just thank everybody who's ever had a hand in my life. I'm a type of person that don't forget many people. So this is not necessarily even, the people who's currently in my life. It's the people who I don't even see no more. It's like the uncles and aunties who's gotten a divorce and we ain't seen them in like 20 years. Those play cousins and friends and spots that like fade away and all of those stuff. And then, of course, your homies that never left you. Because, again, without y'all, I do not see 40. Because God put you in my life for a reason. And he's kept you in my life for a reason. Because there's some people he's taken out of my life. And I know if I would have still been there, I would probably be in jail right now. So yeah, man, it was a great week, a lead till 40. I wish every birthday was like that. And I thank my family, I thank my friends, I thank my OE squad, I thank my boss Sam. especially him, because that was a work trip. You figure it out from there. It was a work trip. He definitely didn't have to. He was up in there jumping and everything with us too.
And I knew when you told me you was going to Atlanta, I had put it together too, because Weso had hit me and was like, "Yo, what day is Bang birthday on?" And I'm like, you know what I'm saying, 21st. And so I guess, I'm pretty sure whatever it is they did for you, they planned that ahead of time.
Yeah, thank you.
So when you were saying it was for work, when you said you was going to Atlanta, I was like, oh yeah, they finna do something for that man down there, because Weso was inquiring, had sent the inquiry about what's Bang birthday. So yeah, that was right on time right there for you.
So again, family, friends, you could seem like y'all was in the planning stages with this shit. Yeah. My OE fam, Boss Sam, El Jefe AC, Weso, Justin, and I thank everybody who's had a hand in my life, because I wouldn't be at 40 if it wasn't for y'all. So we're gonna move on. Just to break all of that shit up, I'm just gonna play this again. I have to play this again because I got kind of deep and soft.
There's a party going on across the street.
So let me explain to you about the party, Mike. There was a party going on across the street. These mugs had the jumpy thing.
Yeah.
They had the volleyball net. They had the music going on all night long. If I wasn't as high as I was, I probably would have walked over there. I probably would have walked over there like, yo, what's good? What's going on? But I was too damn high. So from the phone, you couldn't hear the party. But they was loud as hell with the music, G. Yeah. It just made me go, if I throw a barbecue at this bitch, nobody better not complain about the noise. Because them motherfuckers over there is playing loud-ass music. Yeah. And I was ready to jump with the party. So that is the explanation of, man, they had the music over there. Because they was up in that bitch jamming. All right, so Some Dude Pod, man. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download, wherever you get your favorite podcast. To end this off, a couple of joints. UGK versus Ball and G has been announced
for Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah.
On Thursday, I'll say one of the most anticipated verses since they started doing this, and people have been talking about who to go up against each other. People have been putting UGK and A-Ball and MJT together. So this is going to be live on everything. So this is not going to be like, Cypress Hill and Onyx. You can look at this on IG, and everything else. But man, what are your thoughts on this battle, and who do you have?
Hey, that was one of the OG ones that people were asking for. So, it's good to see that MJG, 8Ball, Pimp C, and Bun B gonna get their flowers. I don't really know who's gonna win. I'm more of a UGK guy, you could say. But 8Ball and MJG got bangers though. So they got joints. I think this is a good matchup. Who's gonna win? I think it's pretty much gonna be off preference, bro, because these guys are legends. They hold it down for the South, when it comes to hip hop groups and hip hop music just in general. So I'm not gonna pick a side. Definitely something I will be tuning into just to get a history lesson, because I'm not all the way in tune with like their whole catalogs as far as more so 8Ball MJG type of history lesson, because I'm more up on UGK than I am on 8Ball and MJG. So it's gonna be dope to see what they catalogs sound like up against each other, and I'm excited for that one. But that's one of the OG battles that we've been begging for, and people the listeners and the supporters of Versus been asking for, because I always watch like the recaps, like when Versus first started. It was always good to watch Swiss and Timbo on IG Live talking, and people were like dishing out battles that they wanted to see, and 8Ball and MJG was one of them. And they've been talking about this, so yeah, I'm interested to see how this one's gonna play out, and in front of a live crowd, obviously. So it's gonna be like a concert, baby.
I am an 8Ball and MJG stan.
Okay.
So of course I'm going to be all the way 8Ball and MJG. When Laid Down plays, I'm gonna play that at levels.
Oh yeah.
When Candy plays, I'm gonna play that. and at ignorant levels. Yeah. Space Age Pimpin' plays, I'm gonna play it at ignorant levels.
For sure.
When Armed Robbery plays, I'm gonna play it at ignorant levels. When Mr. Big plays, I'm gonna play it at ignorant levels. I'm going when they play the Suave House, No Limit Soldiers joint, I'm going from 8Ball because they're gonna play solo shit. You know it. Okay. I'm gonna play that at ignorant levels. I am at 8Ball and MJG stand.
I wonder if they gonna play the record that they did on Mace Harlem World. I wonder if they gonna do that.
Don't do that.
Everything that I do be all about the loot. I be kicking up dust in my polo boots.
But when they play, you don't want no drama.
Okay. Ooh.
When you play the joint with Lloyd.
Ooh.
Yo, this versus is for your speakers.
For sure.
Ladies and gentlemen. This is for your speakers. If you have great speakers, this night is for you because shit's going to be wanging. When they play Space Age Pimpin', because they're going to play it. If they don't, I'll say this now because, they might put it on their playlist. They might not. Ball and G don't play no random ass shit. Don't play some shit that you just think the people need to hear. Play the shit that the people want to hear, all right? You better play Tila Show Enough to the point where Tila better show up. I need a live performance of Show Enough. Okay. Let me tell you this right now. I need Tila on stage with 8Ball and MJG performing Show Enough. If you watch the live, they said specifically because they need to let these songs go. Watch it on IG if you want to, but it's going to keep cutting out because we wanging the whole songs from these cats. So for the best experience, go on the Versus website so you can watch it. I'm not watching this on Instagram. I'm not holding my goddamn phone. I am going to Versus TV. I am pulling that shit up on this iMac right here. I'm going to pull up Fight TV for the Triller shit on my TV. And I'm telling you, I can't wait till the playlist drop. This is going to be my favorite Versus. And I'm a fan of UGK too. Going from Pocket Full of Stones.
Oh, yeah.
On to Bobby and Whitney with Pimp C. I'm just saying. Whole songs got to wang. Tila got to show up to perform Show Enough. We got to get a hell of a show from them. This is going to be my favorite Versus, and I can't wait. And I'm picking 8Ball and MJG in a close one. If I had to pick the songs, I would say 12-8. 8Ball and MJG. And you notice I've never really predicted songs. I've never really done that saying this person's gonna. And if we do a recap, when we're gonna do a recap, I'm gonna pick 8Ball and MJG anyway. So they've already won in my book. But it's just my plea to them.
Well, I hope you with that anticipation that you have, I hope that you don't get disappointed.
Bruh,
because every time we get one of these and we're excited about the artists that we gonna get, sometimes they miss a record and we be like, why the fuck they didn't play this? Why they wouldn't play this?
If we get a live version of their songs that
don't be getting that.
I've never seen them perform any of these songs live.
Yeah.
I can't even I remember trying to put a concert with them together, 8Ball and MJG, but I've never seen them live. Fam, if I see them perform the full song of Lay It Down and Crime Boss pop up in that bitch too, is Crime Boss still alive?
Lay It Down, yeah, I think.
If we get a Mr. Big, a live performance from Mr. Big, a live performance of Show Enough, and Tila shows up because he has the first verse. Soon as he pop up on that stage and he say, it was this bitch that I knew back from 86, graduated. Now I'm telling you, you gonna need a camera on me. You gonna need a camera on Bang himself. They gonna take us to church on a Thursday. And that playlist gonna ride for Memorial Day weekend. This is gonna be woo! Hallelujah. Glory. God know what he was doing. God know what he was doing when he put together this verses. God know what he was doing when he told Swiss and Tempo, hey man, we got to do 8Ball and MJG versus UGK. He knew what he was doing. He put it in their heart, on their hearts, and they got it out there to the people. And on Thursday, it's gonna be lit. Hallelujah. When Show Enough plays, hallelujah.
Yes, sir.
Telling you. Whew. What else we got? I think that's about it, man. Pat Bev tore up the internet last week.
Yeah.
He
Shout out to, hey man, I love Pat. I love Pat Beverly's energy. I love it on the court, and I liked what I saw from him when he made his guest appearances on Get Up and First Take. I like, what he's doing. I can see he might be setting
real
up
quick, Mike. That's the shooter.
Yeah, bro. Is he killed himself?
Or
did they kill him?
Texas shooter was Salvador Ramos, who was killed on the spot. That Mark from Buffalo wasn't killed on the spot. 18-year-old Uvalde high school student, Uvalde high school student, Salvador Ramos, has been identified by authorities and the Texas governor as the Robb Elementary School shooter. Some report states, without any further clarification yet, that he allegedly was exchanging gunfire with the Border Patrol outside of the school. And it's unclear. It's extremely unclear as it is. I'm reading from the BF Daily, which before he ran into the school and barricaded himself inside of a classroom, he reportedly proceeded. Oh my God! Wow! Fuck! Before he ran to school and barricaded himself inside of a classroom. He reportedly proceeded to shooting inside of the classroom, killing 14 children and 1 teacher. He's reportedly deceased. He also shared his rifles on social media the day, just days before the shooting. Wow.
Yeah, I'm good.
Wow. Ooh.
Come on, man. Kids, bro.
So he was shooting with the Border Patrol.
So he went into a random classroom.
Went into the school, a random classroom, and just was like, well, let me shoot.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Prayers for the families involved, man. That is sick.
Yeah, bro.
It's shit.
That ain't gonna sit well with me, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hold on, bro. Hello. What's wrong?
Man. Sheesh.
Yeah. That's not sitting well with me, bro.
Yeah.
At all.
And something that needs to be watched. Watch Tank's Drink Champs.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I gotta check that out.
Yeah. And as far as the state of R&B goes, I think it should be watched. Shouts out to Jay Hollins, because I definitely got that from him. There's R&B artists and there's R&B singers. There's definitely a huge difference. I think we see a lot of R&B artists out here, but some of these cats don't really know how to sing. They are aided by computer-aided technology. And make no mistake about it, R. Kelly is the king of R&B. And we'll always be chasing the ghost of R&B, of the king of R&B, which is R. Kelly. I don't think he's wrong in that. I don't think he's wrong in that at all. It's just
I don't see one lie told with that one.
It's just really fucked up how the legacy is because of what he's allegedly done. But make no mistake, that's the gift and the curse of R. Kelly. Yeah. The gift and the curse of R. Kelly is the bullshit that he did compared to the great music that he created. I'm not about to sit up here and say that I was a card-carrying member of the R. Kelly fan club, but I know when R. Kelly gave you some shit that was undeniable,
You can't deny it.
And you can't deny it. So you really can't deny that one. So y'all make sure and y'all watch that Tank Drink Champs. That's on the list to watch right there. And musically, man, I got to go back to my Apple Music because it was somebody that played that I was like, you know what, on the pod, I got to make sure. Yeah. You got to make sure that you stream this artist. I told y'all niggas about Alex Isley when I finally got put on tour. I talked about Lucky Day and how great his projects has been. Yebba is another artist that I'm not saying I put you on these people. I'm talking about who I talked about on the pod. I amplified them. But Moonchild, check out Moonchild, y'all. They got some dope ass R&B. I think they from like Sweden or some shit.
Okay.
White folks. I think they from Sweden.
White R&B.
Yeah, or they just from LA. I don't know. No, they from LA.
Okay.
I thought they was from Sweden or some shit. Because you know, people be cold as hell and shit, and R&B from like different countries and shit. But they from LA, formed in 2011. The LA-based trio of multi-instrumentalists are led by singer Amber Navran, whose velvet smooth vocals have saturated the group's songs with sensuality since their debut in 2012. Be Free. But no, they cold. So check out Moonchild, because they got some joints that really had me up in the car like, oh shit. So check out Moonchild. Just
bops. You know I like a good bop.
They got some bops. Oh no, they got some bops. They got some slow joints and they got some bops. They got the okay at the office chair. Like, all right, okay, all right, cool. So go check out Moonchild. That's one of those things where I just let some shit play and see what the algorithm sends me, and they sent me Moonchild. So go ahead and do that. Do you got any hot takes?
Nah, we good on the hot takes. I ain't got much of nothing.
Yeah,
what I was gonna say about Pat Bev, while I was finishing up on Pat Bev, is that he was auditioning. I think he's pretty much auditioning for his career after basketball, and that's all good and fine and dandy. But my nigga, you attacking Hall of Famers on TV, bro. That's not gonna get you the credibility you're looking for, fam, because you clearly didn't have any type of credibility behind slandering CP3 the way he was. So, but shout out to Pat Bev, he from the crib. I ain't gonna never down talk on a nigga from the crib, bro. But you know, hey, just do better. Do better when you get on that stage again, bro. That's all I got. But shout out Pat Bev. I ain't got no hot takes though. We good.
My
Golden State in 4, Miami in 7. Miami in 7. I mean,
I got Boston in 7.
Miami in 7, but that one's going 7 for sure. It's a shitty series, but I mean, it's gonna go 7. Hopefully we get a couple more good games out of this series because the blowouts is really unattractive right now.
Yeah, it's just damn, we ain't coming back. I give up. It's the second quarter, fam.
First game off down 20-1 or whatever, bro. Like,
just put the controller down and let it play out. Mark just keeps going. No, my hot take is Kendrick Lamar don't have to put out another album ever if he does not want to.
You know what? And when you said, I'll let you finish. When you said that too, when you was like, if he does put out anything, it's gonna be just pretty much like for fun and like for experimental purposes. I feel like with Kendrick, the music that he's put out is a mixture of experimental type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think he's dabbled in the experimental type stuff when it comes to the rap music. I think he's already like embraced experimental. It's because his shit you can't really say Kendrick Lamar sounds like his albums sound like normal rap albums or compared to his peers.
I don't, but I think
he steps out of the box already.
Yeah, he does. But yeah, I just think he's at that point though, where he ain't got it. Like you ain't got to talk to me about being, you know, one of the, because I know I am. I delivered, even though I don't like Damn. People consider Good Kid, Mad City a classic. People consider To Pimp a Butterfly a classic. People consider Damn a classic. People consider Section 80 a classic. And I think in a year or two, people are going to consider this album a classic. I'm just not putting a label on it yet because I don't do it like that. However, he's put out enough body of work where, matter of fact, I'll use this analogy, right? Ye gave us College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, 808s and Heartbreaks.
Jesus.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. 5 albums, right?
Yeah.
Even though they're not my favorites, I don't mind the other albums because he's trying things out and trying to do some things new.
I get you. After My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Kanye could have hung it up, and his legacy would be complete.
Same thing, yeah. So the same way that I think of Kanye with those albums, and mind you, I don't like I don't like 808s and Heartbreaks like that, but I know how it is influenced and I know its status. So just like Kanye West with those 5 albums, and then he started giving us Yeezus and other albums and doing all that and being a bit more experimental with his music. Kendrick Lamar can do that right now. The thing is like I'll say again, hip hop does not give us that to where we can do those things and it be respected as such. But I think Kendrick is not going to care. He's going to either do that or he's not going to put out shit at all. It is what it is. And he don't have to put anything out. But he dropped my favorite album from him, period. And if you don't agree with me, that's cool. There's a shirt that says, what you listen to don't make me bop. So you ain't got to agree with that. I like this album. I love this album. And he ain't got to drop another album if he don't want to. With that being said, Mike, close us out.
Y'all already know, man. Happy birthday again to Bang, 40 Bang. That's what we're gonna call him now, 40 Bang. 40 but Bang. Yeah. Rate, like, subscribe. Y'all already know, man. Subscribe to us on Twitch, The What Digital. Subscribe to us on YouTube, The What Digital. And you can find us on anywhere that podcasts are available. If you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, make sure y'all drop a review there. And you can like us on Facebook at Some Dude, and join the community on Facebook, hashtag Some Dude Pod. And also anybody that's already in the community and you listen to the pod, invite more members into the community to, get involved with hot takes, debates, and everything. As well, follow us on IG at Some Dude Pod, at Mike B_CHR, at JR Bang. Same thing on Twitter at Some Dude Pod Bang. Please send me the Twitter password, new password, please. At Mike B_CHR, at JR Bang. And that is pretty much it, man, for this episode. Yes, sir.